All right. So this is the webinar is all about Budvel, but we are also going to cover Rajendra Nagar to some extent because there's been few projects coming in Rajendra Nagar, and this entire area is getting a lot of traction in last few months. So we are going to cover both the areas. So by default, I think anyone who's joining this call is on mute, but obviously you can unmute yourself and ask any questions. But typically, we'll like to have these questions answered once the presentation is over, and we can answer all the questions one after the other. So the first point is if you are hearing Budvel for the first time, then obviously this could be something new for you, but obviously it's if like most of the people who have been investing in Hyderabad real estate, they know about Neopolis already. So a lot of people are comparing this with the next Neopolis in Hyderabad. Some are calling it the mini Neopolis, and to some extent, people are even calling it to be the next Jubilee Hills of Hyderabad. So there is valid reason of why they are calling it and why it makes sense for anyone, even if you are not planning to invest here or even if you're not planning to go for end use, why Budwell is important right now and why it could be significant in Hyderabad real estate market. So we'll be covering that in this webinar today. So why Budwell? The first definitely is the location advantage, because if you ask anyone in Hyderabad which is the area that they typically prefer, then either they will say West Hyderabad or the South Hyderabad. And this area is in Southwest Hyderabad. So there is no other place which is actually more best suited for the next set of developments which is going to happen. So whether it will be development happening in West Hyderabad or in South Hyderabad, this area is definitely going to be the epicenter of all the developments which will be happening in next few years. So that's definitely the number one advantage of Budwell. Next is the high altitude is comparable to Jubilee Hills. I think probably this is comparable in terms of altitude at similar height as of similar to Jubilee Hills. So that is definitely one of the positives of this place. Next up, like the land bank that you have here is primarily from tier one builders. If you see, compared with places like, let's say Tellapur or some other places, so you have tier one as well as tier two developers that are present. But here, most of the land banks are with tier one developers, so that is definitely one of the positives of this place. And the limited land availability, like you have, will actually subsequent slides will see like how exactly the land is limited. So at least from the Budvel layout standpoint, most of the lands is already sold out. And just behind that, you have all the lands, which is kind of all the greenery which is there, which will not be touched. So the land bank, which will be pretty limited out here, unlike other places where the land could be not that limited, but there's limited land availability. So that is one of the positives of Budvel. And being at a higher altitude, you will have amazing view of the city. Like if you look towards the city itself, then you will have the entire view of the city. Even if you are staying on the ground floor itself, you can have the entire view of the city. And also you can have the view of the Himayat Sagar Lake. So either side of it, you can have amazing views like of the both the sides. So consider this, the altitude is pretty high. You can have like if you come to I think Preston Nirvana and just stay on that road itself and look towards the city. You can just look at the entire city from that place, just being on the ground itself. So that is one of the best places of this entire area. And some of the upcoming hotels like JW Marriott is supposed to come over here, and the Eco Hill Park, if you can see in the image, the Eco Hill Park is almost pretty much closer to completion. Probably the next 2 to 3 months it should open, and that is going to be one of the biggest attractions of like entire Hyderabad. So these are all definitely the positives for this place. And next up is the amazing road and the social infra. Like all these roads are being developed in line with to what we have seen in Neopolis. So the road infra is going to be just in the next level, and us obviously social infrastructure wise also. At least I'm not talking about the entire Rajendra Nagar area, but Budvel is definitely going to be a top notch in that aspect. And when it comes to the connectivity, you have great connectivity to Neopolis Airport as well as Central Hyderabad. So if you actually consider the exit comes up over here in this location, then you can reach from this location to Neopolis max within 10 minutes. and airport maybe in 15-20 minutes. So 15 minutes on either side of this, you can go to Neopolis on one side, and the other side you can come to the airport. So both the places are pretty approachable from this location. So that being said, like this is the overall Budvel layout, and if you see, this is where this new exit will be coming up on the outer ring road, and this is the entire land parcel. Most of these land parcels are either owned by My Home or Prestige, and few other land parcels are also there. And if you see here, Prestige Villas, Prestige Nirvana Village, which is there, and like just in this entire area as well, you will see many villa communities which are there. So this entire location will be filled up as villas, and this parcel you see would be primarily having the apartments. So from your apartment, you're going to have most of the places, like the best view you will get eventually is from all the apartments, because none of these places, at least this side or this side or this side, at least three sides out of four is going to be having either villas or the Himat Sagar Lake. So the view is not going to be interrupted at least for next few years. And this is how the kind of your exit will going to look like. This is the dotted line you see. And if you would have seen the earlier picture, the exit work is already started out here, and this is how it's going to look like. So from this location, if you can take this road, you'll go to Neopolis. You can also take this and come to like airport as well. So multiple connectivity options, and this is going to be built in similar manner of what you have seen in Neopolis. So that's it is going to be only like pretty accessible to at least this area. Obviously, people can go past through this area and move to other parts of Rajendra Nagar, but at least this is pretty accessible from using this exit. So that is pretty much the overview of Budvel, and like we are going to go into the details of the projects which are coming up over here, and primarily we'll be covering three projects in this webinar. But before going to the like details of the projects, any questions anyone has on the overall Budvel layout and anything coming in future?
Hi, I had a question regarding this parcel on the left side of, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes, can hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
On the left side of the Prestige Spring Heights, there's this parcel we see which is not even like shaded as
Mhm.
such. It's not numbered. Yeah. So exactly what is coming up here, if you have any idea?
I'm not pretty sure, Mr. Like I have entry also on the call. Entry, do you know what is coming up over here in this location?
Yeah. Actually, this location is not at auction date. So right now we don't have much information on that because that land does not auction date, and like some as per our information, like it's like some disputed land or something. So mostly in coming years we cannot expect any constructions there. Yeah. So this is the
Okay.
information as of now.
Okay, thank you so much. We were just concerned about the views getting impacted from Prestige Spring Heights in case something comes up there, especially for people who have booked units on the outside, like I mean the outside facing units. So therefore the question. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem.
I have one question. I'm not so right time to ask.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
See, if it is not right time, maybe you're covering in next presentation. Okay, please stop me. So one question I have is that we have in the west side already Neopolis and already Tellapur, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lot of residential projects are coming up and Neopolis yet to be formed. What does it mean? Land parcel is there, people are occupied, companies are occupied. It takes some time to bring all the companies together and everything, right?
Yeah.
Having said, the Budvel is an hype or the reality, it's the very biggest question for me. Why? Because Neopolis itself will take another 5 years to develop based on my assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And now in this situation, you have so many projects in Tellapur residential and Neopolis. Now, does the Budvel is a hype or a reality? Maybe can you give a light?
It is a reality already, because if you have seen the numbers from Prestige, they have sold I think 50% of the inventory already. But that being said, it's not obviously Prestige is a huge brand. They can sell. I'm not sure every other brand can sell it. But if you consider Neopolis and Budwell, maybe the development of Neopolis and the price appreciation of Neopolis might be a good thing for Budvel, because if you compare today's price, it's almost 30-40% less than Neopolis, even some is 50%, right? So people may prefer to come over here and they may stay here because location wise, definitely like not at same level as Neopolis, but very comparable to Tillapur and all, right? So if you can get the price of almost 50% reduced price compared to Neopolis, obviously people will prefer. At the end of the day, it's the price that matters, right? If they are going to come up over at this location at the same price or 20% less than Neopolis, probably no one would buy, right? But if they're coming at 50% less than Neopolis, people will buy, considering the fact they are seeing the infrastructure development happening. So if you go there today, you are going to see the roads happening, you're going to see the exits happening. So it's not that it's a hype just on the paper, on the ground also things are turning out, right? So that is why we believe that this is eventually going to happen. Like if you look at 4 years back, Neopolis was exactly going through the same set of stories. Is it going to be a reality, right? People will always have that doubt. But eventually 3-4 years down the line when things should come into picture, then like the things should be eventually materialized and people will know that this is happening. But it will obviously take time. It's not a day or two it will turn out.
Ye-
But things are happening on the ground, definitely.
Yeah, then there are two layers actually. Okay, so I'm
Mhm.
asking questions so that everyone also maybe right can clear it up. There are
Yeah.
two layers. One locational standpoint, Neopolis closely embedded to the financial state. That is the reason I would say more accessibility
Mhm.
versus the Budvel still so far from the IT. Right. And second point, when it comes to prices, that is where surprises to me. Help me understand. When I inquire with the prestige, including everything, right?
Yeah.
Almost it is touching 8,500 or 9,000, 8,500 something around it, right? So
Yes.
for the locality, I mean, I feel it's a little high. I'm not sure. Maybe would you give me an understanding? Is it still viable to put it at 8.5 to 9K per
Yeah, like
SFT in
this
that
is
locality?
yeah, I would say like you should try to get something at the base price or 10% or maybe 5 to 10% max from the base
Mm-hmm.
price. People keep on adding things and it really goes out of control, right? So that is obviously a good point. But that being said, if you compare everything included in Neopolis also, that is also coming at 13-14,000, right? So when I say it's 50% reduced
Mm-hmm.
price, that's also true with Neopolis and this comparison. And the
Mm-hmm.
second question of having closer to financial district, you are talking in terms of distance, but when we are talking about closeness, where if you talk about time, then probably both the places are equal, right? Because if you come from Neopolis and reach out through that ISB road to financial district, and from here you just take directly and go to that, well, time wise, there is not much of difference. Distance wise, obviously there is distance. So, like that is one thing to compare. But pricing wise, I think typically 7,500 best price is ideal. I think if you are going a lot with views and all those things, if you are trapped in that thing, then obviously that's the problem. I agree with
No,
that. Yeah.
maybe I'll put up another point here is about like that while during the auction,
Hmm.
the top builders have been bought this land at a little higher price, right? And that's how anyhow it is nothing to do with Neopolis. Neopolis is when compared with Neopolis, Budvel has one limitation from the number of floors that we can construct, right? It's only 34 floors of max because of the
Yeah.
Hada limits, right? Because of that,
Hmm.
they can't build more number of floors there. Okay, so and
Yeah.
this will be less than of 35 floors, and hence that cost has to be absorbed by these the floors, the people that buy their property in these floors actually. Okay, that is one reason why there is a little uh,
Higher
price is
price.
little is a
Yeah.
higher price.
Hmm.
That is and second point which I say is about like if you see the land bank availability other than this is a new social infrastructure that is actually getting created by HMDA right now. The rest of it is totally sold out. if you talk about green walkways, or if you talk about Prestige Nirvana, if you take about of the Manasa Hills, or if you take about
Yes.
Ujita Villas, there is no other single land bank that is available at this quality of with this quality of infrastructure. So keeping that in mind, yeah, this is definitely going to be an area for high net worth individuals.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
points. Those are good points. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying. Why? Because I think these are the common doubts I think everyone might be having as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the very reason of having this webinar. So it's about having like your understanding and your knowledge being shared also with others, right? So that's good. All right. So that
So
being said,
regarding
sorry.
one more question. Yeah. So since, as you mentioned, like there will be a limitation on number of floors, but I still see the density of flats is very high as compared to any other project in Hyderabad, especially in Neopolis. I see like 1,600 flats are being constructed in 10 acres, so it's around 160 per
No,
acre.
it's not about of that. Like, it's not about the number of flats. Primarily, the from a high-rise perspective, you can go up to 50, 55 floors in the Neopolis. But whereas that's not the case in
Yeah, but
Budvel
number of units being sold will be is still the same. Na? Here they are constructing 1,600 on just 10 acres. There they are even going upwards, but they are selling lesser units.
No, the flat size also does matter here in a way. About like in Neopolis, I don't think that there are flats at a decent size of 1,500 or 1,700 square feet, right? Most of them are above anywhere around 3,000, right?
Correct.
But
So
one
density is
point
very
is,
high.
San,
That is what I wanted to ask. Density is very high, correct?
San, if I ask, I mean, I inquired about Telapur and even those areas.
Yeah.
Density nowadays, you're not getting 140, 135 an hour. I have seen all the projects. If you see in the Tellapur, the Vipina, 200 is the density per acre,
Okay.
right? So I think 160, I don't know. I cannot say less density. I would say 140 to 160 based on the current situations and my experience.
Okay.
That's
Another
right. I
question is
think
regarding
my VPN is almost
specifically
touching
related to
200.
school
Yeah.
and hospitals also.
Sorry, go ahead. Can you
Yeah,
repeat the question?
schools and hospital in the vicinity. Since you said no, land banks are limited, I don't see any schools and hospitals and other kind of stuffs that are being used in day-to-day life uh, in this
Yeah,
particular layout.
I think entry is
Yeah,
pretty like entry. Can you answer this?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, due to the beautiful
you're on mute if you're talking.
Uh, Sorry, I think he's in mode totally. I think we'll be sharing the presentation from Prestige in a minute. I think probably that would answer because Prestige Spring Heights is the project which is the first project over here in this area, right? So they are actually kind of showcasing everything that is good in that area. So these are the three projects I think worth exploring in this area. First of one is your Prestige Spring Heights, which is already launched. Two other projects which are yet to be launched and pretty much should be launched pretty soon in the next few months are Godrej's upcoming project and also another is Ramki upcoming project. These two projects are technically in Rajendra Nagar, not in Budvel, but maybe you can say 3 to 4 kilometers from Budvel area. But considering the fact that Budvel is just only one project as of today, these two projects are like almost 4 to 5 kilometers from that Budvel location on the road, but in terms of air distance, probably just 2 kilometers or so. So these are the two projects which are worth exploring. And obviously, a lot like every one of you know about Spring Heights. If you do not know, any, you will be sharing this recordings and all. So this is the front elevation of Spring Heights, and this is the kind of overall master plan. And just in terms of some of the details of specs, total area 10.6 acres, 1656 units, as some of you told already. And these are the specs of Prestige Spring Heights. And price now is around 7,200, the base price. I'm not pretty sure if there is much units which are left at this price point. But entry, are you back? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I am audible.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. I think there is
Yes,
one question related to the
actually,
schools nearby, and the second is
yeah,
probably this pricing
yeah.
and all. If you can talk about these two
Yes,
points.
yes, I can answer. Actually, due to the as the project is located just beside Outer Ring Road, exit number 17, due to proximity to Narsingi exit and Kokapet exit, financial district, and like this location also very near to like Bandlagoda, Jagir, Sun City, and Kismatpur, we can find a number of international schools, CBSE schools in these Kokapet, Narsingi, and Sun City, Kismatpur. So it's not like schools just 5 to 10 minutes distance, but at least 15 to 20 minutes distance, we can find good CBSE schools, and even though as it is proximity to like financial district and Kokapet, like financial district and Gachibowli, we can find good corporate hospitals also. So actually, we cannot like this location as we discussed. The fantastic USP of this location is just connectivity because it's located just beside Outer Ring Road, and anyway we are getting the Trumpet interchange, Trumpet Road. So this location is specifically known for direct access to important locations of Hyderabad like IT district and international airport. So as it is mixed use concept of different commercial activity and forum mall and five-star hotel, definitely this could be the one of the prime locations of Hyderabad, after Neopolis and Jubilee Hills and Financial District. So these developments down the line 4 to 5 years, definitely. Anyway, we can find many projects from my home group also very soon, as it has 5 plots there. So definitely because of the Tier 1 developers projects there, and due to high altitude and direct access to important locations of Hyderabad, and we can find 15 to 20 minutes. We can find good schools and hospitals. So definitely this will be the fantastic location. And regarding project, I think Mr. Hyderabad now has explained like 10.6 acres, 4 towers, and 1656 units. And many people are discussing about high density, right? It's as one person mentioned rightly, like it's about the sizes of the units. It's not like if the units are bigger sizes, right? 3,000, 4,000 SFTs like Neopolis, definitely it could be the low density project. But here, this is the luxury segment. It's not like ultra luxury segment. So due to luxury segment, definitely they have done with decent sizes of 1,500 to 3,200 SFTs, 3 and 4 BHKs. So definitely the density will be around like 150 to 160. So it's not like high density, it's not like low density, it's a medium density. For this type of project, definitely this will be the comfortable density. And if you observe, in 10.6 acres, we are seeing only 4 towers. In other projects, like in many projects, we are observing like in 10 acres, it will be like around 6 towers, 7 towers. Then density could go to definitely much higher than this because of 4 towers, and we can find like central courtyard like that, and with the clubhouse is located in the central part of the entire project with beautiful landscaping like landscaping gardens, everything. This project is definitely it's like nature driven, like it's surrounded by beautiful nature, beautiful views of lake views and Triple One Jeevo and Mrugwani Forest, and anyway we could have the views of cities, skyscrapers and Outer Ring Road, Trumpet Road, and so many. This is the one location with so many USPs actually. One who cannot afford in like Neopolis with prices of 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, and one who wants the same USPs of Neopolis, like these beautiful views, everything, and beautiful connectivity. This is the one location definitely one can choose. And one more USP is that Prestige Group. Definitely one can trust these type of builders. Definitely they will hand over the project within the timelines, and with definitely fantastic quality of construction. And everyone knows this is a listed company, and this is the number one company in South India, and of course one of the top company in entire India. So the profile of the company is also very important. So eventually, because of these multi-use zone and so many USPs, definitely, undoubtedly, the appreciation will be definitely fantastic. And regarding pricing, right now we are having 4 towers, right? Tower 1, 2, 3, 4. Tower 2 and 4, Prestige is charging at base price around like 7470, and tower 1 they are going with 7650, and tower 3 they are going with 7920, which is base price per SFT. These are the prices. Uh, yeah, if
Yeah,
any queries, you can reach us. Yeah, thank you.
I have
absolutely.
one question. If there are two questions, like
Right.
if we buy at this price, by that possession time, let's say 4 or 5 years, do you have any idea how much appreciation this area might get? And second question, what is the scope of Budvel IT Park, which will which is still in uh, dispute, right?
Yes. Yeah, I can answer these two questions. Firstly, I will discuss about Budvel IT Park. See, this location cannot depend on Budvel IT Park. Even though Budvel IT Park does come, it may not affect, because this location itself is a multi-use zone. Definitely, with all this beautiful infrastructure of like modern infrastructure, beautiful roads, wide roads, everything. And even though even we can expect commercial projects also in future in this location. And anyway, Prestige also announced like Forum Mall, retail high street mall, and Marriott Hotel. So the one. And we can expect any future commercial projects also in this location. So this is the one unique location with a limited land bank of just 100 acres, with tier 1 developers projects like My Home and Prestige Group, and surrounded by many villa projects like Woodjita Villas, Prestige. Anyway, in Prestige Nirvana, we are seeing almost 70 to 80% occupied with many bigger villas, and we have like other some or other villa projects surrounded by like so definitely we can expect organic appreciation here. It's not like speculative. This is not at all the speculative location. This is the organic location. We can expect the good organic appreciation as per our opinion. Definitely by handover of this project, like let's say 2029-30, we can expect by minimum 12,000 per SFT will be the in a worst case it will be the market price by that time, definitely.
Yeah,
See,
that being
yeah, so
said,
many,
obviously, I
No,
think
yeah,
you as a consumer also have to take, like no one is going to guarantee this price, right? If someone comes
yeah.
and say that this price is guaranteed, he or she must be lying, right? Or at least do not have the proper. We are no one of us, even the builder, no government, no one can dictate the price. So you have to do see the probability of something happening. We can say the probability of this happening is 90%, or the probability of happening something is less. But with guarantee, no one can say that, and you should not expect that kind of answer from anyone. If you're expecting that answer, you are not going to make someone liable saying that you said this pricing, why
Correct.
it's not happening. If you are that kind of
No, I
person, you
think
are
one
just
step.
fooling yourself, right?
No, no, no.
Correct.
Maybe,
Correct.
maybe the question for them, like, is it to get more points in terms of creating a confidence in on their
Yeah, exactly. I
investment.
think
Okay,
those are the points we shared
so
in the very first
the
slide.
yeah
Is the
the
points you
point.
need to be taking into account, and you should compare this
Right.
with Neopolis, because you have
Yeah.
Neopolis in your mind, and would you see what happened in Neopolis? Is it going to follow exactly same as Neopolis? Is it going to better than that or less than that? It will
No,
only time will
see
tell, right?
maybe I'm sorry to interrupt here. So we are setting this Neopolis as a benchmark, and we are referring that here. But to
Yeah,
honestly, what what my viewpoint is all about today, you have asked, definitely people who wants to live there, they definitely expect of some social infrastructure to be in place to see that the livelihoods and the things is very much decent and comfortable, right?
yeah,
At this point of time, from this location today, if you travel, you just need to travel. Your focus is only again to come back onto the Gachibowli side of it. From a hospital standpoint, from the healthcare sector, Continental, Apollo, Star, and Yashoda, all of them are coming near to the Pupalgoda, right?
correct.
Today, that's only health facilities which we are heavily dependent. Like most of that, even from people has to travel either from Kollur or from Velimala or even from Osman Sagar, they have to come to this place, and that place is that you can reach much faster and much easier with this from Budvel. Okay, that is one
Yeah.
point number one.
Mhm.
Second point, somebody have asked in terms of another question in terms of, like, so what will be that in next 4 years, right? The one key point which everybody is missing out and nobody was talking is about of the GMR, the ports, the Aerocity
City.
which is coming up in the airport.
Correct.
This the current healthcare facilities like Continental, Yashoda, or all of these will become a very localized going forward, because the number of acres that has been allocated for each of the port. For example, the health port itself is above 50 acres. Okay, so they want to build a world class infrastructure in the airport itself so that we can rely. So the advantage which we'll get is the same amount of time where you are present at this point of the time thinking to go to hospital like Continental, Yashoda, or Rainbow, the same amount of time you will be reaching to a bigger healthcare facility in Aerocity. Equivalently, the new international schools are also coming up as in the education part. Not only the schools, in fact, the international universities also they want to set up in the Aerocity. So that can be a big game changer, which can help in appreciating of your investment in much faster way. That's the confidence that we can believe upon. That is
Yeah,
my view
I
here.
think
Yeah.
I think you answered very well. Why? Because my point is,
Yeah.
see, if I compare, of course, we're comparing to Neopolis, right? Side by we have a Tellapur. If you compare the price range, right? Tellapur is more affordable now. Within the same price range, you will be having n number of projects, and also from Tellapur to Neopolis is not a much distance as such, right? And also you
True.
have a Kollur, of course. Kollur I cannot bet on. Very relatively less prices, and exit 2 to any area you can reach it out. So that's
True.
where it is little. I mean, I wanted to understand what are the different advantages for this location you covered
So
it.
that's what I'm saying. As I mentioned in the beginning, this place is more little on a high net worth individuals area. The reason being, if you see Usman Sagar or Tellapur and these things, today all of the international schools are revolving around of Kollur area only, right? At this point of time.
Correct,
So
correct,
the people, there is no land bank that is available in the financial district. Whoever have invested, they have invested heavily in Jayberry, Orange County, or Vajra, or in terms of prestige, high fields, or these places are already been blocked. Already they have occupied it, and there is no place for us to actually to live closer to the financial district. Right now, the two things where we have is only because of the 111 GO. You definitely go to teleport Usman Sagar, because luckily the some land has been opened up in Usman Nagar and they started doing of the development, and that's the reason why people started staying closer to the financial district on those two areas, because the school's infrastructure is already there in Kollur, and road is also been well developed there. So people are opting, and there is definitely, yes, there is no doubt about in terms of the density and facility wise at this point of time, you will have more advantages right now at this point of time. But whereas if you see here, the kind of the facilities or the kind of environment, opposite, because of this Himayat Sagar, there is huge, like there is no pollution as compared to the other these places what we are talking about till now. And also, the if you see the places around other than this 100 acres, the rest of that is more of an independent plots and independent houses is been there around. It was be it Nirvana, Green Walkways, or Manasa Hills, or Ujita Villas, around a 4 to 5 kilometers range. Other than these, in 100 acres of this land, the rest of that will be of a very it will not be a concrete jungle, because of the land rates are very high. So, and also already it is been plotted it with the bigger sizes. If you see Green Walkways, it is 1500 square yards is each individual plot. If you see Mansa Hills, it is around of 500 square yards. Today, the rate at which the each of the square yard is above 1.5 lakhs. So to hold of the land itself, you have to spend around 3 to 3.5 crores, a minimum. and that is actually appreciating. And Urjita Villas, if you see, they're quoting 14 crores today. So there is not it cannot be a concrete jungle again. So it is more livable as a. I think someone have talked about there is more of a natural place with good water, air, and also from a altitude perspective, it is on the higher side, so that uninterrupted views and more of you can have good breathing air there. Hoping for
Absolutely. Yeah, those are
that
Yeah,
they'll
the
continue.
yeah, exactly.
yeah, makes sense. And one more question: how many units in one floor it'll come?
For Prestige Fringers, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. I think we have this plan here. So it varies, like each tower is different. So if you see
Mm-hmm.
here, like around 10 to 11 units per floor
Okay.
on an
Okay.
average.
Got it.
Yeah,
Tower one and two, you will be getting like around 11 units per floor.
yeah. Tower
Yeah,
3 is
and
more, I
tower
think.
three, yes, tower three is it's around like 13 units, and tower four it will be around like 12 units like that tentatively. Like
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Got it.
I think, but this is the
But
best tower probably, right? Tower 3, which is going to have this view. The
yes,
sky deck is what you
seven.
see is Tower 3. This one is Tower 3.
This is the tower three, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
correct. This one.
yes.
Okay. And one question on investment standpoint, what I heard, I mean, from many people when I inquire,
Mhm.
if you take a Neapolis, right, already see we are in a stagnant market currently,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
To be honest, everyone has to accept it is
Mhm.
a stagnant market. I'm not saying that prices will come down, but the profit margin will shrink in, right? So what I'm hearing, many 80% of the talk, the Neopolis, right, the most quoted price is 14,000 once everything comes out. So
Right.
is it that, I mean, that competitive this location really wanted to understand.
You were talking about Neopolis or Budvel?
Budvel.
Yeah, Budvel is 7,500, right? Or let's say all
No, I'm
inclusive.
not talking about
Uh,
now. Take an
Oh, in
example
he's
future.
just
after 4 or
comparing. He's
five
just
years.
comparing
Okay.
Neopolis with Budvel.
Yeah. See
Surely,
what I'm
surely, all of these will touch 18,000 per square feet is what my gut feel says based on the current demand. And the current muted market is not just because in Hyderabad, it's across the world. So most of the NRIs are not making of any investments right now. And also, also from India, like IT perspective, everybody has been little worried about because of the AI hype cycle, right? So they're not sure of how future and all. But overall, if you see the prospects from a land bank and access to core facilities and availability, I think all of these projects is going to touch 18,000 for sure. Right now, Puja is around 22, 23,000, which will go up to 30K. And Rajagoda may like have seen Manhattan is coming up. They're already almost scoring 16,000 right now. The targeted price is around 28 in 2022, 28. So looking at all these aspects, first of all, holding of a certain property here itself is going to be uh, a good benchmark for quality of living is what my feeling is.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's the main point. Like, if you're looking for a short-term benefit for 2 to 3 years, getting out, then probably like there could be better options, right, in the current market conditions. But if you are planning to hold on to it, at least for your end use, or considering the fact this is coming from Prestige, the society would be developed really good, right? And in the long term, the demand would continue to grow for societies which is built by Prestige, Mayhem, and Aparna. These guys, the society actually keeps on being better and better, and the demand of that, either in terms of rental or for selling, it will always be there. So that is where, and considering the fact that here Prestige is going to have only one land bank probably with this apartment, the other is going to be a commercial and multi-use kind of plots. So there might not be a lot of things, and this is the first plot, right? And everything is going to be behind this. So these are kind of the positives for this community. Anything else which will be coming in future will be going behind this and will be higher in price. No other like developer would come with a price which is going to be lesser than that, right? If there is a market condition like that, they will either not launch the project at all, or if they come, they will definitely be higher than that, right? So that is where the best part of this project. And typically, we have seen if you compare, the reason we have been comparing it to Neopolis all the time, because Neopolis is one such project which has been like materialized in front of our eyes in last 5, 6 years, right? And the same kind of negativity, same kind of skepticism was there when it was coming in 5, 6 years back during COVID times and all. I remember Prestige Claremont was there, launched around 7,500, right? 2020 or 21 or something, 2022, 2021, I believe. Same thing was there. Is it going to be high, right? Today it is quoting 12,000, right? So always people have that question mark, right? But eventually for these tier one developers, that is going to be the demand would always be there. If you go to Prestige, Beverly Hills today, you are not going to find a unit of your choice. Same with Tranquil, right? So that is the best part of this tier one developers. I'm not going to generalize that and say that every builder is going to achieve that, but obviously some of the best developers like Prestige, eventually in future Godrej and all, they're going to achieve that landmark.
So with this
So
Budvel site, right? Like, is it safe to assume for the entire Budvel site to fully develop, it will take like good 12 to years?
12, 13 years,
I
you are saying?
no, I think that is very long in terms of
Yeah.
like if for infrastructure
True.
development focus, it will be too long. You can see something around a decent time
We're
slice
not
of
talking
around
about infra for
four
all
to four
plots
to
to be
6 years.
occupied.
Yeah, yeah. If you're talking about for all plots have to have apartment, it will take 12 years. Same is true in Kokapet also, right? Kokapet also, not all
Yeah.
the plots are developed. It will take another 10 years in Kokapet for all the plots to develop. But
So
we're
from
talking about
investment point
infra. The
of
infra
view,
development would be happening in next 2, 3 years. But in no
right.
area, all the plots are going to be developed, right? Eventually, there will be some plots which will be left, right? So
Correct, correct.
that is never
So
going to
I'm
be the
just
case.
thinking
Yeah.
from like an investment point of view, if I were to invest here, not as end use, right?
Mhm.
For all the office spaces and everything else to come, when office spaces, all the other, whether the proposed hotels or in a commercial space, once all of those things are fulfilled, that's when like the boom cycle will happen.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to gauge, if I were to invest here,
Mhm.
I'm of the assumption that we have to minimally wait 8 to 10 years to see like really good appreciation. Is
Yeah,
that
you are
is that
right.
a
That
statement?
is, you are absolutely correct because the best investment or the best return on investment is going to be there in next 10 years. But that being said, you are going to have opportunities in specific projects. Like for example, as you know, any project will always achieve its peak pricing when it is closer to the like occupancy, right? So
Mhm.
that is one opportunity where you will be able to sell this if you're buying it today, but you are going to have those additional opportunities in future because this area is also developing, right? As you said, this Marriott is coming up, all
Yeah.
those things going to happen. If you want to get the best return on your investment, then wait for 10 years. It's exactly the same as stock market. You have to like keep on waiting for the best price and the peak you want to sell. And from that day, next day onward, it will drop. If you are just thinking of that, then wait for 10 years. But you are going to have opportunities in 5 years, 4 years when this apartment is ready to OC, like occupancy and all, then you will get good opportunity to sell during that point of time also, is what my point.
Understood.
Yeah,
Understood.
within this auction plots, what is the immediate next thing that at least we know of, some degree of confidence that, let's say, My Home or someone else who will start a project at this that sort?
Fair.
Sorry, my home is just behind this. I think there are few plots from my home. Is I
My
think
home has
this,
like 4 plots, right?
yeah,
I think 5
4,
plots, right?
13 to 16. All these are my home plots. I
Yeah.
think these ones are my home plots, 4 to 15,
Yeah,
16. These.
my question is at this point, do we know of any other developer who is confidently, if we can,
Mhm.
do we know, like, is there any specific developer who is planning to immediately get started, like in the next 6 months?
Yeah, I am not sure about that, but entry, do you know like anything on that front?
My feeling is my home has too many apartments already being built.
Yeah,
In fact,
So I think they'll take
in
time. They'll take time.
my home is definitely pursuing of something that because of that even Prestige from a pricing standpoint they were waiting what the my home's what will be the pricing of for my home side for surely someone will definitely come forward. It is my gut feel. The reason being they have invested enough thousands of crores and paid to
yeah,
government, and they're about to and they want and the government has to hand over things in 18 months of time, which already crossed of 12 months now. So I think in the next 6 7 months they'll be completing of their infrastructure development, and some they have to immediately kick off that. Otherwise, the kind of the money that they pumped into for to buying of this land and keeping of the interest rates and all these things, I don't think that they can hold
yeah,
this land bank
for
without
long.
being
Yeah,
moving anything for long
Uh,
absolutely.
period.
I think
my home has
Oh,
got
so are
cash.
you saying that? Sorry, I think this is brand new information for me. So that government is obligated to give all of the infra that it has promised by a certain timeline. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
hearing? When I say
it,
infra,
it,
we are talking about the Trumpet Junction, the roads,
yes, yes,
etc.,
yes. It's
etc.
a 18 months is the timeline which the government has been agreed with all these builders, and
Oh,
already
I
12
see.
months
Okay.
got over. Okay, and because of government change, there is a delay. Definitely, there is a delay on set. But the good part is the HMDA continue to allocate of the budget for the development of this layout, and it is happening right now.
Yeah, NCC
Okay.
was doing
I
that
guess
part,
I
right?
have one follow-up question regarding that. So that particular road that we are currently seeing, they are investing into the Trumpet Junction and then all of the roads which are within this layout. What does that actually connect? Further from this auction plot land bank. Beyond the auction plot land bank, it should be connecting something else, right? Otherwise,
There
it
are two.
doesn't make much sense.
No, no, no. There are two things that are coming right now. There is no service road at Rajendra Nagar, exit 17. Okay, they're connecting of that service road is the one thing. Second, the trumpet which is coming is directly to this layout, and the exit and entries will again be placed inside of this layout, not outside. Okay, so whatever the trumpet that comes in, it is only to this layout, and the rest of the service road which is coming from exit 17 of the ORR, that service roads comes to Manasa Hills, and all of these places will get connected.
and this is where the Budvel IT
Okay.
Park is coming. If you look at this location, this
That
is where
yeah.
actually this will be coming up.
And in fact, the new 200 feet road is also actually getting started from the Budvel IT Park to connecting to this Rajendra Agriculture Road, the Agriculture University Road, the Rajendra Nagar Road.
Yeah, so I mean, at the risk of sounding really skeptical, I mean, we have heard of Kolor IT Park and so many other IT parks in the micro markets, right? And this is one of the IT parks that was promised. How sure or how
See,
confident you
yeah,
think
so
Budvel
we
would
may
be?
not see from infrastructure standpoint at this point of time the overall things which has been absorbed in financial district is almost over. The next key focus area which they are putting is again in the future city with this government new initiatives. Okay, so right now whatever that is available, I think to fill all of these things, it will take definitely some time. And subsequently, from a GCC's standpoint, when these things get realized, I think they surely require some space there. But coming to very specific to Budvel IT Park, that the government land is available. If not for IT, definitely they'll be using it for some other purpose, which will create some opportunities, for business opportunities, and gets that area get developed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Absolutely.
Avi,
So
I can
yeah,
better.
sorry to interrupt.
The
Actually, we are
Prestige,
almost running out of time. We just
yeah,
have 7 minutes
can you put
left.
the Prestige
So
I
you
have
will
one
ask
last
one question. Yeah,
question?
sure.
What would be the rental yield if we take an investing perspective?
No one can say that. I don't think we have to be thinking of that here because based on our analysis, we do not know what the rental is going to be, but the return on a staggered basis is going to be around 10 to 12% is what our analysis says. We do not know
Maybe
about.
after 4 years, we can expect for 3 BHK. As per current market scenario, after 4 years by handover, we can expect rental income of for 3 BHK units, you can expect minimum 50,000, and for 4 BHK units, you can expect minimum like 60 to 70,000 based on that time, the potentiality of the market. Because already, if you see now, we have already gated communities in Rajendra Nagar, right? So like Provident, Kenworth, and some other projects. Like for 3 BHK, it is crossing already. Like for 1300 SFT, it is crossing more than 30,000, like 33, 35,000 they are quoting. So definitely by handover, because of prestige brand value, definitely for 3 BHK, it will be around minimum 50 to 55, and 4 BHK, it will be around 60 to 70. It will be the organic rental value by that time.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in terms of timing, it takes to reach your, let's say, like high tech city or financial district. Financial district, I have checked it myself. If I go from that trumpet exit to financial district, it takes less than 10 minutes. I'm not talking about Rajendra Nagar inside. If you go from financial, that new exit coming up. So 10 minutes within financial district and maybe 20 minutes max within high tech city. The finance from that time, if you are just measuring distance in terms of time, then you will be anyway. This is one of the best places after Kokapet and financial district compared to your
Every time
Manikonda,
I
other
step out from
areas.
my home, I have to pay this toll tax because there will be a toll gate.
Exactly,
Every
because
time I step out.
that I think a lot of people who have been going to high tech city nowadays, if they want to go to Kokapet, they are paying the toll tax today, right? Because
No,
going on the
no, because in Budvel there is nothing else. So I have to go outside Budvel for any XYZ reason,
Mhm.
be it
There's another
going to
road.
some.
Actually, there is, you can take the service road also. It's not that you have to take that because the service road, as someone said, is being extended there, right? So you can go on the service road also, right? You don't have to take the outer ring road. But it's
And
always
there is
about taking your
one
time
more
versus money,
road
right?
that connects to this
Sorry.
Attapur and Mehdipatnam.
Yeah, that's the Rajendra Nagar
That,
road.
that
Yes, yes, yes. That
Yeah,
you can
that is
take that.
Rajendra Nagar 100 feet road.
Yeah,
Yeah, which
this one.
connects to Mehdipatnam. You
Yeah,
can connect to PV Narasimha Expressway. Actually,
this
that
road
is the
is
beauty
right.
of this location. You have multiple connectivity, actually, outer ring road, service roads, and like new
This road is
Trumpet
what
Road
connects
and PV
to
Narasimha Expressway. Yeah,
exactly. And yeah,
yes,
I
that will
think
be
this
connecting to
is the
Mehdipatnam.
service road is continuing. So if let's say don't want to take this, you come over here, take this service road, and continue on the service road itself, right? And go wherever you want to go. You don't have to go on the outer ring road. So
I
that's
know
not
you
Even
guys,
mandatory.
what's in front of, like, the shaded plot, right?
Mhm.
Because if I were to pick one of those blocks where they're saying the views are there, if somebody were to build a high rise, won't I get like an entire view blocked?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
this you meant
The
was
shaded
it?
area. Like, what is that market for? So what is that area for?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's exactly what I had asked a couple of minutes
That
yeah.
is
back.
Actually, that is
that
for
is
like
that no no
trumpet.
that is not auctioned yet. Actually, they're waiting for the infrastructure to complete, and then they will want
Understand.
to auction those
Right,
two
right.
parcel of land.
So that's not auction, I see. So that means, like, I know
Yeah, yeah.
Prestige folks have been talking
Those
to
two
me.
plots are very premium.
Right, right. So the perceived view today, may only be there for 5 or 6 years until somebody wants to build like something, high rise, right? So then all the, views are going to be gone. So the view
Yeah.
premium makes no sense to me in this
Correct.
project.
I think you probably can buy something here in this corner, right?
Yeah,
So
but
you
then you're
restrict.
just gonna have like a tiny, narrow, I don't know
Yeah,
how.
exactly.
Yeah.
Tiny
Okay.
narrow views there, but that's
Yeah, because,
guaranteed
like,
view,
I was
right?
talking to Prestige folks,
Yeah.
and they're not being, like, very
That is the same
open.
thing happened in Neopolis also, right? Any developer came with the view
Yeah,
of the Osman Sagar, and any new project came in, the view got blocked, right? So you
exactly.
have to take your own research and see where your view is not going to be blocked forever, right? And
Exactly.
choose on based on that, not based on anyone's words.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'd like to jump in here. Somebody mentioned that on the left side. So basically, I think there are two parcels there, based on my limited knowledge. But I think one of them is under litigation, and the other one, someone said that the Marriott Hotel is coming up. Does
Yeah,
anyone know about that?
I think
Yeah,
Marriott is coming this
The
year, right?
JW Marriott is from Puja Group. Yeah.
This location probably, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, correct. That's a location. That's a
Yeah.
location.
That's the
I,
location for the Marriott Hotel, is it?
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
I think
there is plot
No,
number
no,
10 owned
no,
by
no, no,
Prestige.
no. No,
They are
Plot
exactly.
number
coming
That's the
up.
10
location.
and 9
No,
was that.
no, that's the location. So the encroachment of 3.16 acres, and next to it is a JW Marriott. That's all. Hyderabad
Is
now
it
has marked it
Marriott?
right. Yes,
Okay, this
that's
one,
the
yeah, this
location.
one, yeah. This one. I'm just putting it for everyone's sake. This one.
Yeah,
But
that's the
but when
location.
you
Where is the forum mall coming up? Someone said there's a forum mall coming
Mm,
up.
Not
Uh,
here. Not here.
some mall is coming here on 10, right? Plot number 10.
Okay.
M3,
So
I think
Prestige,
you will
But
know,
is
right?
there
The
anything
entrance for
concrete?
this
Act-
Prestige has claimed that they're coming up with a forum mall, two forum malls, in fact. One in Rajendra Nagar, I think that's next to the Prestige City project, and the other one here in Budvel. So they
Yes.
specifically
Total
mentioned
three.
Budvel in that,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but where
Total
exactly
three
that
actually.
hasn't.
uh,
Yeah,
There's
Actually,
another
they are
plot
one.
number
coming up with
5, 6, 9
yeah.
belongs to Prestige. So they are saying that 9 and 6 they will construct Marriott Hotel and Forum Mall. That is what I came to know when I talked with the Prestige people.
Yeah, same thing with me also. When I talked to a sales manager of Prestige, they mentioned that either JW Marriott or Forum will be coming in the plot number 10. And that would be
How many Marriotts can we have in the same vicinity?
Yeah,
I am not
exactly.
sure how 3.1
No,
acre
I
kind
think
of
I heard two different versions of this. During the EOI phase,
Mm.
obviously they will have their own
Mar-
reasons for yeah, painting a
marketing.
rosy picture. So I
Yeah.
heard this and I heard the other thing as well.
Yeah, one thing, the image just before this, you showed there were 4 developments on the alongside of the ORR. Can you show the before slide?
This one you mean? Or
Even before this, there were 4 constructions happening. Yeah, this one. What are this?
No,
which
That's
that's a
is
service road.
service road actually.
Service road for trumpet.
service road, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, say overlaid on somewhere. These are the service roads.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There
guys,
was
so
also the
sorry for the
Musi
almost
beautification.
1 hour we are there.
Oh, sorry.
So just maybe 2-3 minutes more and one last question, then we'll leave it for today. And just
And
before that,
one,
I'll just yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I
Just
have
one
one
last question.
question.
Yeah.
What do you suggest of preferring this Budvel Prestige Spring Heights or Rajendra Nagar Godrej?
Yeah, it depends. Like the end for your end use, it matters because people anywhere are buying in Prestige City also today, right? So
Yeah.
like it depends, like because the price is going to be less there compared to Prestige Spring Heights. The pricing is one factor, and other than that, also where exactly your office and also those things also matter. Like if you
Yeah,
have
yeah. Let's check that offices are in financial district and Kokapit. So from
then
Rajendra
Spring
Nagar,
Heights
is
is
it a,
better. I think Spring Heights is better. My personal opinion, like anyone can disagree. But my personal opinion is Spring Heights is better in terms of connectivity if your office is in financial district or uh, high-tech city.
But from a
But
pricing standpoint, hasn't Prestige City already appreciated quite a bit? And entering
yeah,
now would mean selling out much more
yeah, that is true.
than
But
in comparison to Spring Heights.
but it is 5% up. If you look at in terms of percentage, they started at 7,200. You have the option to buy at 7,500, which is what 5% appreciation. Someone
But
coming in 6
Rajendra Nagar has
months,
metro, right? Planned metro.
yeah, they have the metro from Nagal
yeah, each
to
of them has
airport.
benefit. Like at least on this road, you are having 2 projects. Godrej and Ramki, both of them are coming with their projects. You have 2 new malls coming up with this road, one from Prestige, another from Aparna Group. You have metro coming on this. So there are a lot of positives also here. That's why I said it depends like what exactly is your preference. There's not a like black and white answer. So like it could be based on your preference. There are a lot of positives also in Rajendra Nagar, this Gagan Pahad area, entire area. So a lot of positives are also there on this road. All right, so I think we're almost past 1 hour, so we'll just have this recorded also posted in YouTube and shared with all of you. And we're going to have our next webinar on Osman Nagar. So if you have any, if you want to join our webinars going forward also, just send us a WhatsApp message so that we'll keep on sending you the like next set of webinars we're conducting. And anyway, we'll be sharing this like deck, as well as there are a lot of 360-degree views you can use. So we're not didn't get a lot of time to show that, but you can use to see a lot of 360-degree views which are there already in this deck. The links are there, so you can just use that to see all those things. So we'll be anyway sharing that. Only one last question before we wrap up. Anyone has any question? Then
Yeah, I have one question. So
sure.
in this layout, there are multiple plots. So it is for multi-use zone. So any of these builders are planning for setting up business parks? I mean, do we have any idea, or is it possible?
In Budvel, you mean, right?
Yeah, Budvel layout, the same layout we have.
I don't know
Maybe
about any plans
maybe
for
my
that.
home will come up tentatively. Maybe because they are holding 5 units there. So definitely, tentatively we can expect my home group may come up with the mixed use concept, like just like Grava
Brava
concept.
Business
Yeah,
Park, yeah.
yeah.
That is possible because it's not about, I think having a business park along with the apartment increases the value of both, right? So that is the reason why they might come up with that idea. And it depends how successful Brava becomes. I think they will come up with that idea in future. All right, so that's pretty much it. I think we are almost more than an hour. So thanks a lot everyone for joining. We'll be sending over all the
Thank
details.
you. This was very insightful, and we must thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thanks to both Hyderabad now and M3.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.